I'm fantastically well. How are you, your good self, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking forward to the double bill tonight. Um,
Yes,
so
as am I.
so considerate of our coaches to schedule them at
Yeah,
precisely
you know,
the same minute.
it is rather funny that that's what it came down to. I suppose it's kind of it's one of those kind of funny things about Blood Bowl coaches being of an age, meaning that you're like, lad, I've got a small child and I don't know when I'm going to be free, and the other guy's going, oh, I've been through it before. That's totally understandable. Just ring me when you can play. So I kind of both enjoy the fact that people are quite understandable about it, and I have children as a legitimate excuse for not being able to play imaginary digital toy soldiers. Um, but yeah, it does lead to the occasional
Double
clash,
booking.
such as this.
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah, yeah. But sure, that's fine. That's fine too.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like we were doing. I mean, again, being of an age, it's not like either of us were doing anything on a bank holiday Saturday night
Nope.
that we weren't free to commentate on said lads playing digital toy soldiers. So yeah, hey,
So we'll have a quick look at the teams while we wait for them to kick off and load into Cabal.
yeah, sounds great. So we're looking here. We have on screen. We have Chivite, Night of the Living Dead. So we saw this team in action, and it's a very, very good team being coached by a very, very good guy. He did have a nice run of it against Thanatos, managing to get rid of the stars fairly early. Thanatos had some bad dice, not being able to score on his drive, and Shivide kind of took all the time he needed to score eventually on turn 16 and win the match. It was pretty brutal. Fair play to Thanatos for making it a really good game. But it seemed they'd had a doomed inevitability about it. It's a cool team. It's got all the stuff you want. As a result of that game, he came out with a Strength 5 Flesh Golem, which is absolutely finger kissing good. Chef's kiss. That's a thing of beauty. Cutie Pie, aptly named, is a Strength 5 Flesh Golem. He still has his Killer White. He has a chunk of guard, one guard lad on the one guard zombie, and three other guard. Nice to maybe get some guard elsewhere, but it doesn't really matter. Has enough adjups as well. The one adjup on the werewolf, who is Mighty Blow Claw, which will come up again when we're reviewing the next team to come up, and the move on the ghoul is amazing as well. The move 8 is just spectacular on a sure hands blodge piece. So really
Mm.
nice ball carrier, nice and trim team as well. The asterisk there being for necromantic, who bloat hysterically. So 1880, nice team, 14 players, and we all know Shavire likes to put the boot in, quite literally. So expect a lot of fouls on anything that doesn't die to that claw mighty blow wolf.
Yeah, I'm expecting fouls. I think that's going to be a hallmark.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I think he was talking about potentially dropping one of the unskilled zombies
Yeah, there
for
was a
his.
couple of options that he had available to himself. In fact, I actually noticed now when I'm looking at these zombies that he has in fact dropped a kick zombie has been dropped from this lineup.
Ah,
Um, yeah, I'd say that was just to bring the 20k down. I'm not sure how much it mattered overall, but we'll see. Oh, can you just double check there? I'm pretty sure his home stadium has a bribe under his club. Yep. He does indeed have the referee rest area. Cool. Because I have a feeling that our next, that his opponent also has a referee rest area. So it looks like we're going to get fouls and fouls regardless of which way they're going.
yeah. I think Chivite is the. I'll just have a look at that club. Yeah, they both do. So
Yeah,
it
he
doesn't
does.
matter
Yeah,
who
that's
comes out.
brilliant. So they totally have. There's going to be fouling left, right, and centre. This is a lovely dwarf team, isn't it?
I think yeah, and
Um,
Chivite has the advantage on the foul game with his
uh,
just
how so?
losing zombies is not such a big deal, right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, the advantage of him for giving fouls certainly, but the advantage for taking the foul is definitely on the side of the dwarfs.
Hmm.
Not only do you have to beat armor 9 to get through, but then you have to get through their thick skull. And I'm not being racist. That's actually the name of the skill. Um, before they'll even leave the pitch. So you're looking at, you have to high roll dwarfs with fouls if you're going to get them off. That's a
good
9
point.
follow. It's a 10 followed by a 9 to get them off because of thick skulls. So
And no doubles.
yeah, he's got for sure. If he gets caught and a guy gets sent off, he doesn't care. And it matters a lot more for PK83 should he lose one of his beards to doing it. But having said that, you know, it's not as likely to happen. So to go back to the actual game itself, before they get any fouling on, 2 lovely slayers. They're both very good. A very functional runner and a very, very nice runner in that strength forward, movement 7, and blodge jump up. Who is not his ball carrier, and you've heard me say this before. The problem with having 2 really nice guys like that is that you have to play them both on the pitch at the same time. He's also playing both of his slayers on the pitch, and all of a sudden we're not talking about that beautiful dwarf armor 9. We're talking about 4 of them being armor 8, which is not as big a deal. Well, it is a big deal. It's a big deal in any game, but I was about to say because he's up against Claw, but it doesn't really matter whether he's up against Claw or not. Claw's only hitting 1 of them, but that big strength 5 lad will just be able to 2-dice guys and get through. You just hit armor 8 enough and it breaks. Ask any elf or human coach. So that is a little bit of a worry for me. It also, for a dwarf team, is actually very shy on guard. One of them is missing is an MNG, so he's left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guard. 5 guard on a 1950 dwarf
so there's no
team.
Guard access on the runners. There's no strength access on the runners, naturally.
Correct. Yeah, they're the only guys who can't take it. The Longbeard's at the bottom. And the fact, here's the thing: he's got two guys who can't take it that are on the pitch, and he's got 2 guys that can take it that are on the pitch and have mighty blow and tackle and piling on and stuff. Really good killers, don't get me wrong, but they reduce the overall impact of the rest of the guys on your team. And I think
so you might have got more guard on the slayers.
Without a doubt, yeah. I mean, you get it, but it's one of those things where you've going, well, I need to put tackle on them because they need tackle at some stage. But do they need to stand firm? Probably, because they're going to be up next to the side of the pitch. But then why do you have 2 of them? If the other guy was a guard lad with mighty blow and guard, if he was just a run-of-the-mill lineman, the team would be cheaper. He's down a bit more of a threat, but I don't know. The team is just tidier as well. So 1880 versus 1950 with this extra cash he can spend. It's not quite it's not quite a wizard. Well, it is a wizard, but he's got a cheerleader and a coach's assistant that he can fire so that he stops him getting the wizard. If he doesn't, he'll take the wizard. If he does, he'll take a bribe. That's Kalon's guess. Yeah. But a cool team, a cool game. This is going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, I think, if it goes according to the script, this is going to be the violent game, and then up next we're going to have the elfy game.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. I'm super looking forward to the game this evening as well. That's going to be really, really good. And you're not showing this to the audience, I hope, lest we go in with the preconceived notion as to what the scores are. Make sure when you're doing it the next time. So
when I go into the replay, I'll make sure that it's not on display.
Thank you. He's aware spelling mistakes, but there's little we can do about it, unfortunately.
I wonder if it's because I opened Twitch. I'll close Twitch.
And you might turn on the skills as well.
Yeah.
And you might reverse the field so that we can watch it from the attacking player.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. So we go into this fantastic. It looks like it's the dwarf ball. I would imagine that had he rolled for the choice, he would have gone first anyway with the dwarf player. But had Chivite rolled, then he would have chosen to defend. Looks like he just set up his 3 guys on the line. There's not a lot happened there. It doesn't look like there was much of a fight back from the... I'd be interested to see what happened on the first turn. It looks like there's a zombie out. Yeah. So interesting. Do you mind rewinding?
Yeah,
Because
of
I'm
course.
actually very confused about the current situation.
Oh, there was actually quite a bit of blame. Maybe they started.
Well, yeah, it's because there's 2 full turns we missed. So there we
Well, they
go.
must have started pretty early, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you blame them for the fact that we arrived in late to the stream? Yeah.
Oh, we were on time. We were halfway.
How dare they take kick-off on time and not wait till Kalon had waxed lyrical about the benefits or bad things about having Armour 8 guys on the pitch. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that looks like it was Chivite's choice, and he did decide to be on to defend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the echo still there, or is it cleared up now? We'll wait for Chad
That's
to
you.
tell
He's
me.
asking spelling mistakes. We'll have to wait to a response there.
Yeah, it's fine.
So pretty solid standard defense. We've seen Chivite use this a bunch of times before. He does like the offset. He's debating it. Has instead decided to go more central. I suppose he's just trying to keep them all nice and tight. Yeah, he'll want to keep them all as tight as possible so that he can get as many hits off as possible. The option there would be to put one of the guard directly behind the line of scrimmage so that he can discourage any of the troll slayers, etc., from coming through. But he's got the guard and the strength to just punch them all out of the way and then use one of said slayers to come in and hit the guard. So why give the hit away? Would be the thought process behind that.
Cool. I'm testing audio live.
Yeah, no, I gathered. Yeah, it's not awful, but it's still there, but not awful.
Yeah. So I've changed. Okay, just a quick snap.
Yeah.
I've changed one other
doubt
setting. So if it's
not
still
gonna
echoing, let me know, please.
Yeah. So to answer your question, spelling mistakes. Yeah, let's see some deaths. Let's go. To answer your question, the reason he wants to defend is twofold. The first is that he can do what's known as the 2-1 grind. He's probably going to let the dwarfs score, hopefully make them score around between turns 4 and turns 6, make them have to go in, and then that will give him the option of being able to 3-turn back. And then it'll be his drive in the second half, so all he needs to do is score once. So that's why they call it the 2-1 grind. So your first half you draw, the second half you win. The other reason is because it's easier to foul if you're on defense. You can let the other guy decide where to attack, and if anything has overextended itself, you go and punch that repeatedly until it falls on the ground, and then you kick that in the face. Very nice opening series of blocks here. That is an MNG, but it will be regened. Very unfortunate guy to have off the pitch, however, because it was one of his block guard. It's a zombie. He can live with it. But a pretty nice LOS there with 1 KO, 1 stun, 1 guy down, and of course 1 removal there as well. So 2 out of 4 hits resulting in removals is a pretty big deal. So here we go. We've got a very, very strong immediate attack coming in with the Flesh Golem. The Strength 5 makes it all the way in. Other Flesh Golems just going to get in the way. I think they're just going to make sure that nothing can get particularly hurt here by blocking up a bit. Just get in the way. He's down some numbers. He needs to get the 2 guys who are on the ground back. He'll do that by waiting for one of them to wake up and just leaving the other guy lying on the ground. He's also getting all of his killers into position.
Very stable cage.
Yeah. So not a huge amount to do here. Just take all of this. Nice cheeky dodge there. The cheeky GFI was very, very nice. Being able to make sure that he doesn't get hamstrung by any guys coming down hard on the left hand side. Would you mind switching sides because it's the dwarf drive?
What happened
Thanks so
there
much.
then? How did that?
Because it went back to the kickoff and then.
Oh right.
Yeah.
It took control of the camera. Thank you, Sino.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so it does get the hit there. Doesn't get much out of it. Flesh Golem just pushed back. Does take the hit because there's no reason to stay there. Otherwise, he was just going to get. He was the guy that was going to get blitzed. So This way he just manages to take some space. We see PK83 going straight in for, well, what he does quite regularly, which is, so we've got a hit coming down here from, it is the Blitzer, yeah. So Blitzer comes in, takes the hit on the white. That's a very big removal again. So, yeah, here we go. Armor 8 living up to its hype and just getting removed by Mighty Blow without much effort. So Chivite is down 3 guys for this drive. Thankfully, nothing dead. They're all going to come back, so that's something at least. Is going to go with more controlled blitz. What he wants to do is make sure he can get an extra hit here by pushing that guy directly in onto the wolf. Very nicely done, being able to maximize the amount of hits that you get from this situation. Getting a little bit of bother here. He does get the POW. Yeah, he's going to have to shove them in as tight as he can. Claw Mighty Blow is a thing, but that wolf can't get out of there now, so he's going to have to use, and he's got the triangles to make it, so he is able to remove the threats here. We'll follow up to make sure that he can block that off.
Cage versus cage. Wolf cage versus bull cage.
Indeed. That was really nicely done, using the chains to his effect there to be able to make sure that he got his wolf back safe. And of course, the foul can come in here.
I didn't see how...
that's big. That is a very nice foul, and that is a blitzer with an MNG that he eats. And the bribe comes in, and the bribe works. And you were talking earlier on about whether it was worth it to take certain hits. Yeah, that was worth the bribe. That is one of his more responsive pieces, and a Mighty Blow, not only out for this game, but out for next as well.
It was MNG, I didn't quite see, yeah.
Absolutely huge hit. Well then, yeah. So, pretty nice stuff here. Has given away a few more hits than he would have liked. Yeah. But the cage remains. The cage stays solid, and there's no advancing from the dwarfs. I mean, he doesn't really need to make much ground here. He still has 6 turns remaining. As I said, the intention for the lovely hit coming in. The stand firm means he can pile this on. Probably doesn't, so that he can just go with the foul instead. Doesn't need to remove another guy if he's going to get it. No, decides that it was better off not putting him on the ground. I think that's probably the right call. Excellent. So, going to get some extra guys in here so that we can make the foul that little bit more effective. The wolf does get the 2+ dodge out and gets into position, and then we've got the dirty player to come up as soon as he stands up this lino.
Yeah, Dave was asking about the app of TK3, but whatever the tank's name
was.
I mean, my guess would be, because it's MNG, it's 50% fail.
Yes, that is exactly the answer to that question. Oh my good lord.
He has decided that even with the 50, he has to take it.
Yeah,
it has worked.
And in this case, this is another one that's just after coming in, and despite it being an MNG, so he's getting sent off. Oh, he's got in the second bribe. 2 cots, but 2 huge removals. That is the apothecary gone. We're playing for keeps on the side of the dwarfs here. This could turn into something very, very brutal. He is down quite a few players, but they both are on both sides. But yes, Dave, to answer your question, the fact that it was an MNG means that it's only a 50-50 as to whether that apothecary would work. The apothecary giving you the choice of badly hurt, miss next game, or a perm, or a dead. So it's not worth it. It's only a 50-50. You normally save those to use and what we refer to as a quote-unquote power apo to make sure that you can keep a badly hurt in the game, or indeed to keep a KO on the pitch by turning that KO into a stun. Yeah, it was very early on. It was a rough eat, but it was the correct choice. I think he was right as well to deploy the apo here on that second big injury, because that is his killiest piece. Well, cool. And just as I'm talking about how this might turn around pretty easily, we see a 1 in 81 come. So yeah, this flesh golem here is currently holding up 5 dwarfs. Does take the push from the last one, meaning that despite all of his hard work, he doesn't need to stay there anymore. That's his job done. by getting rid of all of those dwarves. In comes the... right. We want to take the boat down on that, but that is a dangerous place for that Troll Slayer to be standing. I suppose he was going to get hit regardless of what he did, but that's going to be a pretty nice 3D should he decide he wants it from the Flesh Golem onto that. PK83 is a dwarf player, saw that there was some space and is making his way down into it. All of this is the correct call. You have to take the space when you see it. He's running out of turns actually as well, only just crossing the line.
View again?
Pardon me?
Did we manage to switch view again?
No, I have no idea. Did you switch view?
I don't know.
Yeah, you must have done, or it did after the. It must have done it after the referee got involved.
It must have. I definitely didn't touch it.
There we go. Yeah.
Thanks, Cyanide.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Cyanide. So yeah, he has taken some space here, but in so doing has let himself a little bit more open than I think he'd like. And there's some cool things you could do here with chains. Trying to work out what type of thing you could do.
Right?
Well, exactly. This is exactly what you're looking for when you want to look for chain pushes. This is you're looking for T's and box shapes. So we've got a perfect box shape here. Has decided to shove this. It looks like he's going to push his downed man right into the middle of this setup. I don't know that he's necessarily going to be able to get... well, he can get one guard in there by taking the next hit with the big flesh golem. That's a lovely hit on that dwarf. The corner is unfortunately... Yeah, he will put him in like that. The corner is unfortunately on a stand firm, so he wasn't going to do anything else like that. We do have the ball based, and... Sylvan, the ball's based. What does that mean?
A GG.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, GG. Yeah, that's game, everybody. Thanks for turning out. So, blitz still to come here could be very, very interesting. There are very, very nice punches to be thrown around here. I really like getting that guy in there. It's just annoying, is all it is. There's nothing spectacular about it, but it's just annoying. Push is probably fine. He's just going to turn the ball carrier and get him backwards. Yeah, he just needs to push him off to the side. And he's got his three most responsive players are still available, and he can just use them to leg it all the way back over that side of the pitch.
I felt like a safe-ish blitz, didn't it? You know.
Very much so, yeah. So had he got the POW, it would have been lovely. Not getting the POW means he's still able to just decrease the amount of forward progress they're going to get. So the thing about this is the specific blocks that he've taken, and the reason I'm impressed by getting the guy into the back is it slows the dwarfs down. If he makes the hit with so as soon as he stands up this zombie that's in the middle of the pack, somebody has to stop and punch that. If they're doing that, then they're not going to be moving further down the pitch, and the longer you can slow this up, the better it is for you, because he'll eventually have somebody that's left hanging out, and that somebody that's left hanging out is going to be able to be pounced on.
I mean, the slight problem to this is that he's using his wolves now as his main line of defense, which is probably not his ideal.
No, not really. But well, I mean that wolf with block is. I mean, yeah, it's a very tempting target, right? But it's just a wolf with block. I mean, that's absolutely fine. That guy can take punches all day long. Same as zombies, they take punches all day long. You don't really care.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have.
Dead again.
They have regen.
Even deader.
As if on cue. Regen is a skill, right? There you go. He's fine. He's grand. He's just a little dead. He wasn't all dead. Just a little dead. There isn't a huge removal for PK83.
The lack of bodies is gonna tell though.
Yeah, more than likely. But I mean, there are two dwarfs that aren't moving anywhere else this turn. And he's realizing himself, PK83, and is just playing it safe. He's after bringing himself back in. To this, back into the scrum. That is a very greedy reroll. That is a frustration reroll, if I'm not mistaken. He does get the hit, does get the armor break. Very unexpected armor break at that, being just one of the few guys who doesn't have any mighty blow. Now this one could hurt. He has to take the punch from this. He has to move away from it. He has to leave his other guy alone as a result, because if he'd stayed there, the dwarf would have been able to pile on with impunity by allowing him not to use the stand firm. He has bragged him out.
Is he gonna? Do you think we'll see a foul here? Really
it's
to foul with,
it's very tempting, but he's got nobody to foul with. Yeah, and the one guy that he has to foul with is Eire. He might go for it. He does have the bribe. It is a +5 bribe. It's quite good. Yep, and he is going for it.
Right in the net.
Yeah, just as well he was already stunned. He gets caught, and it's just a stun, and the bribe does work. So, yeah, a double 2 on the armor break there. It's not a great foul all in. It was probably correct. He has the bribe. It's all fine. It's probably okay to foul with that guy when you've got the bribe. But that's one of his 5 guard. Bear in mind he's already down 1, so he's only got 4 left. So that guy that was doing the fouling is one of his 4 guard. And he's fouling a guy who's already stunned with thick skull. I mean, it's a beautiful foul, and if you can get away with it, hey, that's beautiful, baby. But, ooh, goes for the rowdy reroll. He's going to stand firm on that all day long. How do you like them claw mighty blows? He likes them enough. He's okay. He can take it. Yeah, he's a slayer. This isn't his first time. It's not his first rodeo. He is fierce in foul range. But that's okay, too.
Yeah, it's still very much in the balance. I mean, I think that it is every foul so far being called. Yeah. The refs, I think, after the last game with Chivite, so the commissioner may have come down and
indeed, Chuck Goodell got notice of this lad playing,
to the shredder, and explained that they can take bribes, but not every single foul needs to be.
That I don't think it makes this foul either. Yeah, it's not worth it. Not when you've got so few people on the pitch. I mean, he's down to 5 necromantic, right?
Yeah, 6. I think he's got.
Oh, he does. He has that guy who's stunned back there. Yeah.
But that was what I was kind of thinking, was that although he's not made excellent progress, I think PK83 would have been okay with the idea of removing a zombie and stunning a couple of players in exchange for a slightly slower turn. He's looking at the numbers now.
That's you're probably right. I mean, the thing is, do we want to go to overtime? If you're PK83, more than likely yes, because you're armor 9 and you're slow. So if he can get a draw after overtime, yeah, he's going to be happy because he'll still have guys left. But I mean, he's making no progress down here to make this. He is leaving guys behind. He's going to have to be very particular about where he decides he's going to be able to get hits here. If this Flesh Golem manages to tank 2 of these guys, for example, I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And I don't know that he's going to necessarily be able to get his a particularly good foul off on that guy. Certainly, if he doesn't remove the standing Flesh Golem, he can't make a foul on the other guy. It looks, the way it's facing now, is it's gonna end up being there's going to be some GFIs needed by that strong lad to get through. And he just takes all of those hits.
Yeah.
Does decide to take the push out. Yeah. I think I think he's actually forcing him into, do you want to follow and make some space and be one guy stuck, which he should have taken, or do you want to stay there and see if you can get the foul off? So this rookie Beard is probably going to put the foul in there, and I don't think it's a good foul. For the same reason I said earlier. So it's a +3 on armor 9. Yeah, and he doesn't either. He decides to not go for it, and instead strengthen the front of his cage, which I think is the right call. Does he want to go to overtime? Yes, he does. Does Chivite want to go to overtime? Probably not, because he's probably going to be down players. Regen's been amazing so far. I mean, they're only zombies, right? But it's been incredible.
That is true. He's going to have pretty much a full team, right?
He definitely has a full team, even though he's down to 5, or 6, because he's got the bench anyway, and he's got 2 guys knocked out. One of them is important in the form of a rookie or a guard white, correct? Yeah. That's an interesting. Oh no, it's okay because I was about to say that's a slightly worrisome place to park that wolf because he's got a he does have frenzy, but the frenzy's on the ground. So yeah, I think we see a pretty straightforward blitz here, just to move guys around the place and make this even more awkward. Yeah, you just shove him back there, stay, and move down and tag the strength 4. I think.
Or maybe leave a space of one, and then he has to be blitzed.
Yeah, that's also pretty good. Or just stay there so that he can get the 1 assist foul off on the on the Slayer.
He's certainly having a good long look. No,
Yeah, no, I think that's the right square. Yeah, so the path through is through the is through that guy. So you just turn off the foul and you go down and you blanket that. Yeah, so there we go. So there's no forward progress going here.
Your elf scream with a flesh golem is just a flesh golem.
It's pretty good, isn't it? But it's really nice. I mean, any type of forward progress that you try to do here is going to be stymied by the second row of defense. If you do manage to front up to that, you're going to take either a mighty blow claw or a mighty blow, or not a mighty blow piling on hit back to the face. You can't even go in there with your strength guys because you have enough guard and you have the dauntless hit as well. So
yeah. Do you think he'll risk trying to trying to knock this guy down and blitz through the golem and trying to move the cage diagonally forward, 2 spaces forward and 3?
I think what we're likely to see is a little bit of a desperation play is going to have to come in here. Firstly, he has to get rid of the golem, the strength 5 golem that he's on, which he can't do. So secondly, he has to look at what targets he can hit, and that's going to be the golem. So he's going to be able to use the 1 square that he has of movement between the strength 4 golem in the flesh in the elf screen. So the other golem, him. So he's going to have to make the blitz on him. It's just a question of how he has to move the other guys in order to get attacks in there and try to take some. He does get it through, and he manages to see how much of that right-hand side of the field he can take. Wow, that guard has done this twice to that strength 5 flesh golem. He's one of the few guys on the dwarf team without mighty blow, and he's twice stunned that strength 5 flesh golem. Haldegil. Terrific. Really nice to have you here, man. Hope you're enjoying the evening.
Yeah.
And yes, this referee has clearly been not given enough money, or has been given too much money, or I don't know.
Welcome,
being far
Scott.
too
Welcome,
honest and
Haldegil. Great to see you guys in chat.
That's a pretty ridiculous blitz with his strength 4 ball carrying lad. That could have gone all shades of horrible.
Yeah.
Not just because of him being knocked down himself, but
or just being based.
I mean, it's a stand firm flesh golem with guard.
He'll re-roll it, I expect. He has to.
Well, he has to, yeah. He has to re-roll it. And does make the re-roll, gets it on the second go. But yeah, it's kind of, as I said, he did go through that point and get on that blitz and then get through. But the blitz with the ball carrier, I'm not impressed. I have to say, he would be getting a D if I was grading this.
Yeah,
that's not how you go about things.
A D for working, looking like more like a B plus or maybe even an A minus in terms of outcome.
For sure. Yeah, I mean it did work, but that's I mean we all play Blood Bowl. Some things that shouldn't work do, and things that should work don't. It happens all the time. But that was a crazy blitz. Not the first time I've seen PK83 use that guy as the main hitter. It's a thing that Will Walsh does also, is use the fact that he's got a strength 4 guy to go and make big hits. But I mean, you've got guard and you've got guys with mighty blow. Those are the guys who use to hit things, not the guy with the ball. So anyway, he's managed to get through. This is all fine. And to be fair, he's going to have to scramble back to make good use of this. They're guard on two of those inside levels, so this is going to be hard to do much there. So we're just going to have to go. He's filling gaps, so all he needs to do is just do this so that he can push the runner back once. So now the runner is going to be out of range. Well,
he
not
was
quite.
Already out
He needs GFIs now. So now the white will have to continue his progress and block off that side of the field. He has to make the GFI because the wolf can't go all the way over. Can he? No, he has to make... Yeah. So he has to make this GFI. There's no two ifs and buts about it. Yeah. That'll do it. And then he just needs to plug with this guy. And now that's going to be hard to get through. Oh, lovely cheeky dodge off. I really like it. Can he get all the way?
Yes, and the
ball
is
that's really, really nice. That's absolutely gorgeous. This came up in conversation on some of the other games we were watching as well. There's a reluctance sometimes by some players to roll dice after you've used your reroll earlier in the turn, and you're like, well, look, I'll not do a GFI now because I don't need to do it, and it'll be just as safe. But we can see the power of what that extra 2+ did. Going for the 4+ dodge. The 4+ dodge is to nothing because it doesn't matter if he's on the ground or not. But knowing that it's how important it is to make that GFI and being able to just roll it afterwards, it's the sign of somebody who plays a lot of Blood Bowl and who understands the game. It's not correct. We're not trying to say that it's the right thing to do or anything else. That one stuck, I think. It did indeed. And that's the dirty player badly hurt, which is a pretty big deal for poor old...
I thought he had 2 DP.
No, only 1 DP.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the guy he's done the work of 10 of them. But yeah. Yeah, F zombie.
Something weird with the camera.
It's user error.
No, when there's something weird when it does an injury.
Yeah, that's fair. So he's going to do this again. He's going to do this blitz with the ball carrier, and if he gets them both down, he's not getting through. Yeah, he's just covering up some bases here, but it looks like he's going to go through the white with the ball carrier.
The dodge away is a 2-up because he's... Oh no, he's actually... So it's 3-up dodge away.
Yeah, it's a 3-up dodge with dodge. Then it's a 2 dice to make the hit. Oh no, he's going in with the strength 4 and does get it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, so he has to make a GFI here. No, he's okay. He's okay. So now it's just a dodge and the single GFI. Oh, tripwire. He's still got his reroll. So does he 1 in 36 it?
He does.
Oh, wow. Well. That is huge. Okay. Pretty nice little throw in for the Necro as well. I mean, he's got nothing really to do here other than definitely take some hits that he can get off. I don't know if that was the right hit. There was a lovely hit on one of the guard guys directly in front, and he stand firm as well, so he would have got 2 goes at it. I suppose he can get 2 hits this way. Do you want to stand firm? Yeah, might as well. Get another hit and have some claw. And the claw does nothing. Okay. Well, that's fine too. Nothing else to do. You're not even going to be bothered doing the dodges to try to get a pass off, I don't think. Oh.
Foul.
Yeah, that's a 4+ to get the foul with that rookie. Yeah, and that's a really nice place to do it. Yeah, okay, yeah, you reroll this. You've got to reroll, right? And it doesn't matter if you fail this. Yeah, but you were totally going for that. Yeah, no, fair enough. He's so bloodthirsty. I just didn't see it. I was like, nah, you wouldn't bother making the 3+ off here. You could hurt your white if you went for the throw. And he's like, throw? I'm going kicking this dwarf in the head. It's got stand firm and guard.
My
And
whole team has
he's
reverted
right.
to foul assists at this point.
Ooh, neither of the KOs come back. So, I mean, he still has 11. The issue being that they're zombies. So being down a ghoul, are they? Yeah, it's down a guard. It's a big deal, especially against dwarves. Yeah, poor old PK83 going absolutely nuts.
So it's impossible for me to call. I think at this point, it's.
Yeah, me too, mate. I mean, it's been a really, really interesting game. The removals were cool. Yeah, I mean, dwarves are good in defense. PK83 is better in defense than he is in offense. Truth be told, it is some people are just better at one side of the game. I'm certainly better at defense than I am at offense.
So PK83 starting with 4 rerolls. Has he got a leader?
He has a leader. Yes, that's right. Another reason that runner has to be on the pitch. So yeah, and he does get his because he used the apple, but the guy's back, so he does have his second killer back. So the sidelines are going to be much more questionable now that there are 2 frenzy troll slayers on the pitch, and they're tasty troll slayers as well. So going to be tricky for these ghouls to get through undamaged. If there ever is going to be a hit on the ball carrier, it's likely to hurt.
So, game state-wise, do you think that there's like something to be said for scoring within 3 or 4 turns? See if you get the KO rolls back.
Yeah.
Trust your ability to stop the dwarf scoring in 4.
It's a tricky situation.
Every turn matters, but like if you are pressured and losing, and you've got ghouls.
If this was me, I would see what I would set up to do standard offense, and I would see what happens with my line of scrimmage, and I would make plans accordingly. Can you switch the view, please? Because it's the perfect. So does send the ball carrier under, doesn't get the pickup, and we'll see what happens here. So a nice opening hit with Mighty Blow piling on. Does the follow, gets the armor break. Oh, he's piling this on all day. Yeah, all day.
Funny diving animation.
Yeah.
Doesn't get anything.
Nothing else happening, but that's fine. Probably go with the block hit from the guard in the center on the left-hand side. No, he is going to focus on that now because he wants to make sure that guy can cannot get fouled, I'd say.
He may be able to
foul does get the hit.
Stunned dwarf.
Yeah, he won't be hitting the stunned one. He'll definitely be hitting the unstunned one. There's no point in hitting the stunned one. He's already stunned.
Ah, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow, it's fun, and you might.
It's just not as it's not as game effective. So the likelihood is you're getting a stun on a dwarf because he's only armor 8. 3 dice on this guy.
Nice.
Man, strength 5 is great. But yeah, there's little point. He also isn't in a particularly good position to do much else.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to cover this. He has left his white out to dry a little.
Well, the zombies coming in.
Yeah, I think he was just deciding as to what he was going to hit and whatnot. So so he'll bring the wolf up to the left-hand side here, I think, and it is going to be tricky. That is a strength 4 guy to hit. I mean, nice to get him down, but this hit is going to be 2 into 1. So you'll park him on the left, and then he's going to go up around and punch him back down, and get him shoved onto the strength 5 lad. But this is 2 into 1. So I think he might have to bail. Yeah, he does. Yeah. And he can bail fully by taking the 2+ dodge out. But he hasn't picked up the ball yet. He might as well, because the ball has sure hands on it. Being down an extra reroll here is pretty big, but he can't. Yeah, that's fair. Ooh, he's a stronger man than I. I think I would have rerolled that. But he's right not to. I just didn't. I wouldn't want to take the hit on the wolf off the ground. Is the reason I wouldn't reroll it. But the correct decision is definitely to not reroll that.
Well,
unfortunate.
It's
2+ dodge off,
taking attention away from the downed white.
For sure. Yeah, I mean he's definitely getting. He's going to get hit pretty hard on that side. That poor rookie wolf could be in for a bit of a smacking with a rolled up newspaper. Only a push is pretty great. Follow up. I see. He was trying to see if he could work out a way, and he could have had he not done it the wrong way around. So he can. He's going to have to bring his spare runner over the top to the other side of the downed wolf, and then use the Troll Slayer to surf the, or to at least sideline him, or surf him the old-fashioned way through injury. Ooh. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, just hit him. Didn't break armor. He wants to stay up because he wants to use the extra guy as the assist to hit the important wolf. Who's gonna do the foul though? It looks like it's gonna have to be his runner. And if he does that, then he is going to be in trouble. Because if he gets caught, because bear in mind he doesn't have a bribe, right?
Nope, bribe's gone.
So if this fails, then he's not. You're not serious. Is he gonna foul with the big guy? Don't tell me he's gonna. No. Okay. Oh, he's just not fouling. Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
He's just sort of putting enough bodies around them that standing up and doing stuff is awkward.
Yeah, fair enough. No jugs on that guy, so he can totally stand there and stop that guy from getting surfed. He's got plenty of guard he can bring into this. Yeah. So now he can just stand and hit. So some more guard gets brought in. And you see, this is the problem with him having such little amount of guard on a dwarf team, that he's up against Necromantic with, only one extra guy. And remember, he's got one of his guards is off the pitch. And yet he's able to trade blows with dwarfs. See, an interesting one. I'd like to get an extra assist in here if possible, so that he could blitz back and not have to go into the Slayer.
With the with the good wolf.
The good wolf, yeah, will want to be doing the blitz. So currently he's got +2, -1. So he'll be able to go straight into him.
Is he thinking coming down here and then pushing the wolf up so that he can stand?
Yeah, if he gets the option of being able to push, PK83 won't give him that option. Because he does have stand firm.
Yeah,
the risk of it being
power, and even it doesn't. It's got stand firm, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's got stand firm is the issue. So if he decides to take the push, he has to decide: does he want to use that to push the other guy free and then have the dwarf through his line, or does he just drive him directly into the flesh golem and decide whether or not he wants him to push through? He wants to hit him so that he can get the dodges off as well. But obviously they don't matter now, they matter later. Nice to get that hit in there. Here we go. Just a wonder. So does he decide he wants to break? He does not. And he takes the second one, and it is down. That is pretty tasty. Claw Mighty Blow doesn't do anything. He can take the 2+, which is worth it. So he just dodges 2+ out, and gets himself safe. And then he'll take this 3+ on as well, I'd say, and get him back into the center of the pitch so that he doesn't crumble. Somewhere in support of the somewhere in support
because
of
there's
that.
one well.
Yeah.
There's one zombie in the middle here.
He's not re-rolling this either.
No.
Does he wait? Does he need to?
Oh, I didn't think so, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so
because he gets 2 now, He gets 2 dice on that guy, and he doesn't just crumble in the middle. Yeah, so he just doesn't roll the dice because he doesn't have block.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it stops the ridiculous, so he could have got the 1 dice and then used the Slayer to come back the side and then use the ridiculous runner to run straight through and around the back. Would have been a double GFI to get 2 dice.
I was looking at the distance assuming he could clear off. Well, he wouldn't have been able to clear out the...
Yeah, he could. That's just 1 hit, because that's just 1 hit straight away, and then the Slayer takes the zombie off the other side.
Yeah.
And then he just comes straight through. It's double GFI with no tackle. But again, he likes blitzing with that guy. So I think this is Chivite playing the man as well as anything else, Nice hit there on the zombie. Strength 4 lad, doing a great thing. Everybody'd be delighted to hear that in the league that I'm in for the old Cork boys. My blitzer. Ooh. I mean, he got better. Man, regen's been amazing. That's 2 straight deads that were fine, and 2 MNGs that were fine. So pretty good. That's another hit coming through there with the Blodge Blitzer. Yeah, my one of my Longbeards got strength 4.
Ooh.
Delighted with them. Guard, strength 4. Living the dream. I'd say I'm probably going to skip Mighty Blow and just go straight to stand for him, to be honest. Hope for the double and get dodge. That's the dream.
It's a reroll there, which was...
rowdy reroll.
Does get the...
Pretty rowdy reroll.
Pound.
Yeah, but I mean, what does it get him?
Not much.
Yeah. Because he still has to clear the other ghoul before he can go through there, so... just goes on that side and takes that hit just so that he can get more tackle on the ball.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, but I mean...
Double-based is double-based.
Well, yeah, but he can punch him straight off it, so... Yeah. I don't think this is... it's not that tricky to get out of. So it's the guy on the second row is that guy. It's getting tackle on the ball. The blitzer doesn't have tackle. It's important to remember. So if he can just get the other guy off, he's fine. He'll probably blitz himself free if anything. But he has managed to push the guard into the right positions, and he seems to be doing fine here, really. Yeah, this is all fine. Again, the numbers game coming into play with the removal of that zombie. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lads. Yeah, so that's not terrible. 10 lads in the second half versus dwarfs is, I mean, as an elf player, why has he got 7 extra guys to what I'm normally used to playing with?
Powerful ghoul, and he had wrestle.
Yep, really nice hit. Does do the follow because that's the guy with guard. Gets the mighty blow tag on him now. Oh, he'll really want to follow and pile on, and I don't think he can. He has to stay, I think. Oh, that one hurt him.
Do you think he makes a break for it through the middle already?
No. There's no need to, and he still has the wrestle, the big runner, and the Slayer to take care of means that he's just not going to go anywhere.
Just force the dwarf to reposition.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to he can stabilize a little bit more. He is in a little bit more trouble than he'd like to be over on that right hand side, and he does need to get the ball out of there because at the moment there is 2 dice with tackle on it. So he has to move regardless. It's just a question of where he decides to go. Does he decide to give up some ground by recovering a bit? I don't think that's necessarily the way to go either. Because he'll just lose his line, and then a couple of guys will get through. So I'm not really sure how he'll decide to play it. Yes, he's got 2 dice off, but it's still a dodge off tackle. So I think he's just going through all of his different permutations of what he can do here.
No
Any ideas?
Looking if it could bring his wolf over to help, but I mean, it's a little too far.
It's too far, yeah. What he could do is bring that wolf directly in to stand in front of the white in the middle, so that he can get 2 into 2, or 1 into 2 rather.
And split the dwarves in
1
half.
into 1. Oh no, he just goes for the 3+.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, well,
there's a couple of big 3+s to come off these wolves first, so he has to bring that guy through first, because if he doesn't, the other guy will be in his way.
So the based, he's going for the based potato?
Yeah. Oh, he's just going to go around the top because he's move 8. Yeah, that works. There is this big 3+ is pretty big though. So yeah. And he has to go for it. He has to get that wolf through. And this guy's dodging has just not been good. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, there's 2 dice on the ball here. And whether he wants it, if he can get away with it, he can get even more in there. Well, that's a very early stand. But fair enough, yeah. Fair enough. See, the angle is closed, but it is a... Yeah, no, the angle's closed, which is fair enough. So there's a base on the ball, unless he wants to risk the 4-3 through with his super runner to get the 2 dice on the ball without much else. But he's the wrong guy to be blitzing with anyway, because he's not got tackle. So you're just pow fishing. So yeah, he decides to go for the good wolf instead, which I think is probably the right call. Just get him out of the way.
Doesn't get much.
Yeah, it does its job. It just gets him out of the way, and now he can get the runner over. The question is whether he decides to do the extra GFIs required to get in front of him. So it's just 1 GFI, but standing in front of that ghoul makes so much of a difference.
Especially when
standing
you don't
on
have
the
tackle,
side.
right?
Especially when you've no tackle, yeah. So I think he has to do this GFI.
Nope.
And he didn't do it. So that is just a 3+ off. I think he's hoping he's going to be able to get one of the tackle free from the melee on the bottom right to be able to come up and do it. But that position would just be so much more secure if he made that GFI. And he had the reroll. Like, he's got 3. I think you definitely have to do that. But, you know, he might just fail the 3+ off him. And that will be that. He's in the right position to make the thing, and the 1 dice pow comes in and gets the flesh golem down.
Dwarf.
Yeah. Oh, he hit with that guy. Of course he did, because that's the only place he could get the 1 die. So then that guy makes that hit that way, and that clears off this guy, so that this guy can
killer
make
1
it back.
dice in a row.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't mind the 1 dice on the zombie, but the 1 dice on the flesh golem is, you know, it's the right play. It's just the strangest thing that the thing that annoys dwarf coach or people when they're playing against dwarf coaches is not making that GFI roll to land on top of the right place is really bad. But you'll throw that 1 dice block all day, and both of them just require a 2+. So, yeah. So yeah, that was pretty huge.
So
still throwing the old 1 dicers here.
But I think, I mean, the wolf can come round, blitz off the tackle, right?
He can, yeah. It's not that easy though. It's 1 dice into 1 dice, and that guy's got The Dauntless fail here, and he takes it, he accepts it, and that is a knockout. That's pretty massive. That's pretty massive. Dauntless fail on the strength 5, because you need a 3+ on the strength 5. Very nice. So the guy in question has stand firm, Sylvan. So he can't. He needs to get him down, which means he needs a 5+. He gets 2 goes at it, but the 2 goes increase the likelihood of it being and it's also he has to dodge into the tackle zone as well to make it.
Yeah, I was looking at coming around on the sideline, but it's a long way around.
No, you just take the 3-2 or the 3-3.
Yep.
Yeah. Or it's just 1-3. It's 1-3 or 2-2, so you just take the 1-3.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, if you were going to do it, that's the right way to go about it.
I'm just I'm trying to think what would I do that's better. I mean, just this 33%, it's 66% to just run away.
Yeah, so it looks like that's his plan. He's just trying to make sure that he can set up some extra hits and cover for the possibility of failing this, which is quite likely.
Yep.
Yep. But he does get the hit on this guy first through this blitz mechanism. That's a really nice stun. So we've got 1 stunned and 1 off in the form of both of these Slayers. We've got 1 hit there, but it doesn't matter. So you just do all the other stuff first. I mean, obviously it's nice to get a hit on a dwarf when you've got 2 dice on him, but it doesn't matter. Dodge on this guy, pretty cool. But he does get the guard up there, and you're not going to be able to get your 1 dice off here anywhere else. So does go for this hit, and does get the armor break. That's pretty huge. That's that's pretty massive. That means that guy can get back into the fight next turn. I mean, he's only moved 4, but he can get back into the fight.
Yeah, and it feels like numbers are even. I don't know if I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, and he makes it.
There, okay. He makes the dodge.
Okay.
He can't really get it very safe though, I think he's probably going to have to. Well, he's got to move 8, but I think he has to cheek this line out, or just make some double GFIs. But I think he's better off being in the center of the pitch and trying to get back to his wolves. Or he can just put it in.
I think just put it in, right? Because Panzer's going to have 2 dice on him.
Yeah, but if he puts it in, so he can let Panzer have 2 dice on him. If he puts it in, he's giving the dwarf all of this time to score.
Yeah.
So that's his debate at the moment. So no, you just leave him there. See if you can get this guy out. So Panzer comes down, makes the hit. If you fair enough. Panzer can come down and make the hit. If he gets the push, he just pushes him in. Otherwise, he just takes the block, the 5+, whatever. So he needs the 6 to knock him down. You see, even with the 2 dice. But he probably thought it was too risky. I suppose being able to relock and reload, get your guard back on if you can, probably makes sense overall.
He does get the guard,
and the guard is the one that comes back, so that's pretty huge. Does the Slayer come back?
No.
He does not. That's pretty massive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have been good to stall 1 more turn, but I think the way it's panned out, he's going to back himself to.
Yeah, I think if it was an average game, for sure. But I think, I think you probably decided that with with 2 dice on the ball, he was in a cup game. You just have to score. But I'll be sure to ask him about it. I'm not sure. You get a feel for it when you're in game as well. You know, sometimes you just think that the guy's he's gonna get me, so you just decide to put it in. You know.
Yeah. I mean, he only had 1 more ghoul to move that would have been dodging away and then through.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Oh, you let that ghoul take one for the team.
Oh, sure,
it's just a wrestle.
Sure, you'd have got him in the right position to have any influence.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you dodge off the end. I suppose the ground doesn't have mighty blow, as they say, right? Interesting. So 3, 6, 9, 10 guys for the dwarfs versus a full 11 for the necromantic, which is that's pretty interesting. I'd be surprised to see. Yeah, no, that's better.
Only 3 of them zombies now.
Correct. Yeah, he's all of his positionals back. To be fair, there was only the 1 KO on any of the positionals. All the rest of them have been, and all of the regens all happened. You can tell regen was working because it was all on zombies.
Yeah.
It never works on positionals.
No.
It just works on zombies.
My whites never survived regens.
Nope. Yep. Zombies, no problem. Unless they die, in which case they get your MVP.
Yeah, and the 2 out for PK83 both. I mean, he doesn't have any. I think he has a couple of beards that are.
Yeah,
like,
he's got some chaff beards.
Just guard.
Yeah, which is kind of it's the unfortunate thing. It's I understand why people build their teams like this. It's just I like it's really boring and it's really it's kind of not fun for anybody to play. But Longbeards, man, just get 11 of them and put them on the pitch. And as long as you've made they're in the right square the turn before, you just have the best day ever. Because you just overwhelm people with guard. Yeah, fine, take a couple of blitzers. So that you can actually react a bit. But, yeah.
One Slayer. One runner.
Yeah, one Slayer is fine. One Slayer is fine.
I like one
reason
runner.
People like to have two as well is because one of them just keeps on getting... one of them, you just get blitzed all of the time. And man, does he get blitzed. It's pretty hilarious how often he gets blitzed. Oh, kickoff return. I was wondering what the pause was.
Yeah. There is a new bug in with Cyanide with CCL. Have you seen this? Where
remind me of it.
Instead of it looks like it's at the end of the game.
Oh yes.
It just freezes.
It just freezes at the end of the game. Yeah.
And it makes you think it's going to lose the game.
Yep.
Rick Reckless was saying it happened to him twice.
You're looking at you think it's going to go red, and then no, it's fine. It's just paused.
Yeah.
And you could be there 5 minutes waiting for it to finally catch it.
Yeah, it was a good few minutes. I was heart in mouth for him, you know.
Yeah. It is funny watching these guys, the various names of the people that he's been playing through the season pop up. Ballantraw there, one of Fletch's lads from his human team. That snake at the end of the first half is definitely massive. It's huge. Going to carry on his strength 4 again. Probably the right call. We'll see if he can eke out much this time. Did he get the removal from that piling on? He did. Yeah. And it's a guard as well. Yeah, okay. So, back to 3 guard for Chivite. Only 1 guy gone on the loss is pretty good. Curious as to who he's going to decide to punch here with his... he's got strength 5. I reckon he just throws the jabroni in to give him the extra assist. But in so doing, he's kind of leaving his right side open to both of those ghouls.
They can both do a job, with the wrestler in particular.
Yeah. So I think he just comes. Is he going to come through and make the 2 dice on the white? He is. Yeah.
Nothing.
That's fair.
Rerolls,
Stuck. Oh, and the reroll comes in. Wow. This late in the half, that's a big reroll.
Well, he does.
That one's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck as well. He got knocked out in turn 1. He came back on eventually on turn 12 and got sent packing straight away again.
Yeah, as we see, since this is not a zombie, regen does not work. This was my experience with Undead. I did not enjoy it.
Yes. Yeah. They're such a great team, like.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, totally. I get you.
You got the hidden modifiers. So once again, going for make a big pile of people and do some trapping between stand firm and pushing into the cage is Chivite's favourite thing to push people.
Well,
around.
it's a really good way of playing Necro. It maximizes the amount of hits that you can get on your opponent while minimizing the amount of hits you get back.
Absolutely.
And any of the guys who are getting hit are not your best players. There's no need for him to do much here. I mean, we saw how much he's managed to slow him down with 6 players versus a full team in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, not a full team because he did get the 2 removals. But, I think it's... If I was PK83, I'd be worried about this.
White around the back to.
No, he just gets killed.
Yeah.
He can come somewhat up to the central line, but he doesn't need to go very far forward. Yeah. Yeah, just strengthen the position right here. I think he's willing to throw away. Yeah, that's the wolf he's willing to throw away. Not throw away. It's the wolf he's willing to let get hit. And there's no point in making this foul here.
So do you think we'll see a repeat of his
one assist?
go through
So
the
you just
flesh
stand
golem
him.
strategy?
Go through the.
Flesh golem on the. So we saw this
We'll
happen
see.
last time.
It's a different kettle of fish. Oh, that's a really cheeky foul, and I love it.
Strength
He can
5,
go for
no
the dodge. He can go for the foul now if he wants, but no, he needs the people on the pitch. It's a different proposition this time round because that guy is strength 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and he's got no slayers. So
Yes.
this would be a ball blitz, which he got away with it, but it shouldn't work like that. And I don't think just because he got away with it doesn't make it a good move, and doesn't mean he should do it again.
No, sometimes when you get away with something, you convince yourself it wasn't such a bad move,
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me being a bad coach.
No, I suppose there's an element of kind of inexperience to it. I mean, I'm saying, oh, you should never do this. Sometimes it's the right play, but I mean, he didn't need to, is the thing. And in this case, that might be the play because that's the right guy to make the hit. But I don't think you need to do that. I don't think he's under enough duress to do it. Moving the ball backwards is not good on turn 13, though. Because I mean that guy's move 7, but the rest of your team is move 4. So I don't think that's great.
No, and it's well played from Chivite to
Yeah.
Construct a. It's not exactly Fort Knox, this defense. But it's
no,
really,
but it's not far off.
It's the flesh golem is strength 5 flesh golem. I
Yeah,
guess he is basically Fort Knox.
Yeah. It does get the POW here. That's the same rookie beard that was getting him down. Oh no, it's not. It was the guard beard that was getting him down in the first. Yeah. That's a nice hit. Nice to be able to take that on the chin and just suck it up as well. So
is it time for a high roll foul? Whoops, camera.
I don't think you can. No, I don't think you can. Maybe he will. Does he have the bribe? No, he lost his bribe really early.
But I think he might be thinking, he's
just covering the corner. Yeah. It's +3 on a thick skull armor 9 thing.
Yeah.
You have to beat their armor before it's even worthwhile. And if a double 2 won't do it, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Spelling mistakes. He needs to make some ground here, because he's certainly not going to be given any ground by these guys. Nice hit coming in here. Manages to push the strength 4 away, and he's got his box now. So will he go with the zombie hit in first? I think he doesn't need to. What he needs to do is, it's probably going to be the. Yeah, fantastic. So now he can just clog up. Oh no, he's going for the extra hit, because of course he is. Why wouldn't you?
It makes sense, right? He doesn't need to cage dive. He just needs to, knock down
them back,
bunch of half the dwarves, and then they're not going forwards far.
Correct. So he just makes the hit here with his white, because the white has the mighty blown piling on. Unless he can get another guy back around and just use the claws to hit. Yeah, he's just going to use the claw for the hit. This isn't a blitz.
Yeah, blitz it away. He's got the other wolf, I guess, for blitz. But
just get that guard detached and off to the side is probably worthwhile. It's not a huge amount of room as you can come through there either. Yeah, fair enough. So probably no blitz, unless he wants to 1 dice into 2 dice with that guy on him.
This guy?
Yeah, he can 1 into 2 by pushing him back onto the golem.
Yeah.
And if he really wants to, he can bring his. He can make it 2 into 2 by bringing up his.
Ghoul.
His ghoul first. But
Mm.
I don't think so. I think you're
No.
better off just. So sometimes it's just you're better off just not blitzing.
Yeah.
And I think this might be one of those times. I think he kind of let himself get the. If he was going to, he gave himself the 1 high roll by using the claw instead of the mighty blow, which against dwarfs is arguably better. But I think he'd be putting himself out of position if he decides to make anything more of this. So I think he might be better off just staying stat. Just as I say it, he's gone for it. So it's 2 into 2 here. Boom. Mighty Blow and Claw is a thing. So really nice because it just clogs that up a bit. Curious to see where he goes with this wolf. Is he willing to let him get hit? He is, yeah. But it's a risk for that ghoul that's out on the side, but not really, because if he blitzes that ghoul, he's not going forward, and he's only got 2 turns left.
Yeah.
Well, 2 turns after this, but yeah.
4 dimensions. The 4-dimensional chess begins. You can leave your ghoul hanging out to the sideline. Well,
that's interesting. And he's 1 in 9 that. Does he put in? He does put in the reroll. I mean, he gets him down. Not a removal. Where'd he push that guy? Yeah, that's kind of... Oh, very lucky to get the removal. Because that was in... Yeah, that guy was in the wrong space. He was holding up his square. Okay, so he's got a little bit of... He's got a chance to make a breakdown here, but... I mean, man, he's not bringing much with him, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Has to make the GFI with the stand firm guard.
You have to make the GFI.
Has to make it, and he's used his reroll already. And he can't put the ball in there until such time as he has, I don't think. He's just going to try to tie as many guys up here and force them into dodges before he does anything. But, I mean, that's kind of risky in and of itself. We'll get the guard in so that he can make this hit on the big guy. Is there a reason for you to stay still? Probably not. I mean, he'd be stuck on whoever made the punch. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he can get his guard up there. Yeah, fair enough. So that is a blitzer free. How far can the blitzer go? Yes, he's not down far enough. He needs to be 1 square up. He needed to make that JFI. But has he got the move with his blitzer to do the same? 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think he's going to plug in the ball, one behind the Slayer. And then he's going to have to make the JFI with the blitzer to go down and park on the far side of the wolf, where the stand firm should have gone. So yeah. He has to make the extra square. He's given himself GFIs if he doesn't. And he doesn't follow all the way through either. I suppose the ball is technically safer, but like... Oh, he made the GFIs with him because he doesn't care if he falls over, or because he's got... I don't know. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, double GFI.
Just double GFI it, yeah. Fair enough.
Well...
It is fend as well. Yeah, so tricky to get these squares filled properly. I think he goes for the strength 5 hit on the strength 4 chorf to knock the wolf out so that the wolf can...
Come round?
Yeah, so that he get the wolf free. Wolf can come down. Then he's going to be able to bring the zombie behind that guy over to... so that he can use that wolf to surf.
Okay. Yeah, so I thought he might try to... It's a 3-up dodge away, it's not great.
Yeah, no, you're much better off just freeing that guy out by that, and you also get a hit on the guy you want, because not only are you freeing that guy by actually getting him out of the space, but you also free up 3 other guys. Yeah, and the surf comes in here as well, which is really nice. And this is why he should have been 1 square forward. So it's not a surf, but It is what it is. And he...
Zombie is free. He could double base. No, he can't double base.
No, you don't do that. No, the question is whether he GFIs off this hit. So I don't think he does, despite the fact that guard is going to come in around the back. I think he just holds off. I think in this case you're going to have to sacrifice that agility, or the move ghoul. He's going to at some stage have to come all the way back around and stand on the blitzer at the back of his cage. No, the other way around. There, yeah. So the ghoul comes around and tags him. Ghoul's over on the right.
Yeah.
So he just comes all the way around the back and stops him from being able to get any forward progress.
Going to get in the way?
But no, he just brings him back to get in the way. And now he tries the 3+ because he can fail it and land in the right square anyway.
Big 3+, I think. It does make a difference now. All of a sudden, it's more of a.
It does, yeah. It's a lot more compact and it's a lot better off. But I mean, it's not going to be hard to get to break through. I don't think. Yeah, that is better.
It's just it's the two zombies here.
Yeah, no, but that's fine. Like they can't get further down than that.
Yes. Yeah,
and it requires three guys to hit those two guys down.
Yeah.
So that's all fine.
Yeah, 2 turns now for including this. This is the penultimate turn for PK83. You know, the ball is 1, 2, 3. You know what number that is without counting, don't you, Kalon?
Well, it's 13 squares from the line of scrimmage, so and he's moved 7, so he's fine. He's in, but he has to move full 7 this turn.
Does not look particularly likely as things stand.
That's not great either. He needs a guard to. You're not winning that fight. So he needed the guard to make the base, the 2 zombies. He needed the fend guy to make the hit first, so that he could hit the guy directly in front of him and follow. And then you park the guard that's behind him, moves up and into the square on the left, so that you can make the hit off. Yeah. Because there's nowhere going through. I mean, yeah, well done, you knocked down a golem. But you've also tied up loads of your players. Unless he does the same thing he did the last time and goes for the
ball blitz.
The blitz on him.
Well, even then he means sideways. So
he's got other guys to go. He's got other guys to make the blitz with this time. He put that guy in, and now he can blitz with his blitzer on the golem, because the golem is strength 5, so he now has 3, 4, 5, 6. So he does have the hits on him. So maybe he was right bringing the ghoul back that way if that was the way he was going to make this hit. He needs this guy to go down, though. Does get it, but stand firm? Yeah, he definitely stands firm, thus retarding the movement of the blitzer. That's a huge stun. Yeah, that's massive. So he goes back there so that he can get into that position so that he can make those hits off. Fair enough. He needs to get this. So he needs to get the guard down and onto the right hand side of the ghoul, and he needs to leg this guy. That's the wrong square, so he needs to be the other side of him. He needed to double GFI. That is just in range. Yeah.
Putting him there. Yeah.
Putting him there is a double GFI. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, right?
Well, he has to make the GFI now as well, I think.
Okay, so GFI's now.
And then he'll go for the second as well.
Well,
because he had to, or he wasn't going to be in range, and he has the reroll to use here. So he gets it,
but
more
reroll.
Some work to go on here. So he makes this punch and he follows. So, I mean, that reverse punch will get rid of that guy. And then you've got guys that can just walk around and get the hits. So golem stands. Well, no, you might as well surf. Him in case there's extra.
The potential of overtime, you've got to do that, and it has got what he needs. He's gone for this game.
Yep, he's gone for the game, which is fine. I wouldn't have made that hit first, to be honest with you. I just wouldn't have. That guy has fend.
Clears off
because it didn't matter whether that guy got surfed or not. It gets the wrestle free, and I think the wrestle is the guy you actually make the hit with. And yeah, I think Chivite agrees with me. So it's 1 dice, but you're better off with 1 dice with wrestle because it's a blodger.
And 1 GFI, right? 2 GFIs.
Yeah, double GFI, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. And if you get the ball on the ground, then you can bring the sure hands out on his 3+. But it doesn't really matter at that stage. Well, it does, because he still has a turn. Chivite doesn't. So, yeah. You do the double GFI and you hope you get a 1 dice knockdown. I don't think it's worth making it 2 because it requires more 3+. And that 3+ doesn't have dodge because it's on tackle.
Yeah.
Mm.
But he does. Oh,
He does,
big
yeah.
3+.
It was pretty huge, yeah. And these are big 2, 2, 2, 3.
Bam.
2-0, it gets the pow.
That was a real crunch moment of dice rolling.
It was, and cool. Well, no, he's not going to reroll that, is he?
No, but it's in 3 tackle zones.
It lands in 3 tackle zones, yeah. Now, the reason this isn't over, I'm not saying GG, is because that guy has jump up.
Yeah.
And is in range.
As long as he goes forward every square?
Yeah, well, he can cheat 1 square, and he's got dodge, so it's, I mean, if he were to blitz, for example, I think the play is, you blitz that one, got the sure hand school, you knock him onto the ball, you follow into the square, you hope it lands behind him on the right, and then you take the 3+ off, or the 4+, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that's the play.
Let's see the big clutch play then.
And you pile in the guard, obviously, to make sure you can get extra hits on. His strength 4 is standing now and should be able to take down that. Well, you use the rookie beard to take down the golem first, but no rerolls. So yeah, he's right. Plugging the guard in first is the right call. Unless he's thinking of doing the blitz with the beard in the middle. Yeah, fair enough. He gets the scatter and he follows, but...
So he can go this way.
Can't
but
score
then
now.
He has to go 1 square sideways.
Yeah, he does, yeah. And then he can't go back out. So that's that. Yeah. GG.
2 double GFI, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, fair enough.
7. So he's added a GFI.
Yeah, and some dodges. Yeah.
Yes, and some dodges. Because he is that's a 4 up?
I mean, it was a fine play. But yeah, I think he had the 3 minutes. I think he could have taken some longer. 4s and 5s, yeah. So when fails the first. So that's that.
Snake.
GG. Well, what a game. Ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute belter of a game. And Bonnie, who is MNG, gets the MVP.
Oh.
And some really nice points for the dwarfs, but unfortunately they won't be going through.
No, you can see
it was an MNG, wasn't
it?
Yeah, he did plenty of casualties. I mean, they all regened. What was his regen rolls? I normally don't look at rolls, but what were his regen rolls were kind of interesting. Did he fail any? He did. He failed 1, which was the 1 on the positional, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to mess around.
Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. So a really, really interesting game. Well done to Chivite. Congratulations on reaching the semis. Semi. Commiserations to PK83. Very well fought game. He did really well, and well done to him in the whole league. He's done absolutely extraordinarily well. It was a really, really nice team. The guy knows his dwarfs. And I look forward to seeing what he does next year. Right, so without much going on, lads, we've got another game coming up straight away. I think, how about we give everybody a chance to go have a pee, etc., put on some coffee or whatever, and I think I'm going to do the same and run to the loo. We'll put a be right back thing up. We're going to come back in less than 3 minutes, and we'll be ready to go.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay, see you in a minute.